Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your host, Joel Hawkins, with another Mix It Up podcast, along here with my buddy,
Aich Guests.
Along here. Whatever.
Yeah, it's all good.
Anyways, today, we're going to be starting our adventure. BTS videos. Yeah, a multitude of different ones. I even showed H like the full list of the very kind and honestly very patient woman who made that list. I mean, she gave us every possible video that has ever been made for, by, or even because of them. Where we kind of went through some, we were like, oh man, there's 4 different types of music videos for one music video. I was like, go for the original.
Just pick one.
It's too much. Some of it's too much. It's just way too much. Because we would be here for like 6 years, like 3 episodes a week. It would be a long time. We would
just have lunch on camera.
Yeah, it would just be lunch on camera. It'd be like 4 days a week recording for the next 8 months. Would be like the next 8 years of videos. But yeah, so we were like, this is way too much. We got to do what we got to do. Pick and choose. Here we go. Because we're going to do lives like we have been. We're going to do some interview type stuff. And today we're doing something that's a combo. It's a COLDPLAY BTS song, My Universe, plus the BTScenes, which is like a mini, not really a documentary, but like stuff that plays of them working on the song, stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to check that out today.
Just check it out.
My Universe. So yeah, let's just go ahead and watch it, you know, sit here and make jokes and you're mouthing words. What are you saying? I don't know. Nothing. It's okay. Let's just watch it. Okay.
It was nothing mean, I promise. This time.
You can stop being mean to me. Meh. Let's watch it.
You know, history, you are the asshole.
We're both assholes, let's be honest. What?
I think it's a movie.
In the night I lie and look up at you. When the morning comes I watch you rise. There's a paradise they couldn't capture. That bright infinity inside your eyes.
매일 밤 내게 날아가 꿈이란 것도 잊은 채 나 웃으며 너를 만나. Never ending forever baby. You are my universe and I just want to put you first. You are my universe and you make my whole light up inside. 어둠이 내겐 변했었지. 길어진 그림자 속에서. And they said that we can't be together because we come from different sides. You are my universe and I just want to put you first. You are my universe and you make my world light up inside. My universe, my universe. 나를 밝혀주는 건 너란 사랑으로 수놓아진 별. 내 우주에 넌 다른 세상을 만들어주는 girl. 너는 내 별이자 나의 호주니까 지금의 시련도 결국엔 잠시니까 너는 언제까지나 지금처럼 밝게만 빛나줘. 우리는 너를 따라 이긴 밤을 수놓아. 너와 함께 날아가. When I'm without you I'm crazy. 자 어서 내 손을 잡아. We are made of each other baby. You are my universe and I just want to put you first.
he did the Korean lyrics, right? They're so good. They're so good. And did they think about anything in the rap break or not?
They have it
Really?
already.
Oh, that's great. About 18 months ago, I got a message from somebody. They said, oh, BTS want to do a song with you. And I said, how would that work? I didn't understand how that could be possible. My friend said the phrase, my universe, one day, and I wrote down my universe. I thought that's a cool title. Then I took it to my friend and said, okay, let's do this demo for BTS. Yeah, maybe I'll do it with Jungkook. Okay. So that's cool, so I'll do some Korean. That's cool.
Yeah. I like that. they can
Today has been one of the most fun days for me in the studio ever. It's so different, and it's been very difficult to get here to Korea. We've been very lucky with people allowing us to come in for 2 days just to record, and it was quite a stressful journey, and I was a little bit nervous. I've never met BTS before. Okay.
Cool.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Where are we going now? So today has just been like everything I could have dreamed, but a little bit better. I used to rule the world, seas would rise when I gave the word. Now in the hello.
이거 모르겠어요. 진짜 내가 봐왔던 그 콜드플레이 그 무대 위에서 이거 하는 그 콜드플레이가 맞는지 크리스 마틴이 맞는지.
스타디움 투어의 왕 같은 느낌이긴 한데 저한테
한때 롤모델이었죠. 정말 저한테는 너무 큰 영향력이 있는 사람.
연예인처럼 생각하던 사람이 같이 하자고 하니까 어떡하지? 연예인이 우리랑 같이 하자고 한다 이러면서 되게 신기했어.
광고음악으로도 많이 접했을 음악들이 되게 많아요. 한 5년 전에 내한 오기도 했었고.
사실 어떤 사람일까 되게 궁금하긴 했는데 듣던 것처럼 되게 험불하고 좀 인간적인 분이더라고. 순수하고 어떤 그런 편견이나 일이 없는 사람 같아서.
사실 뭐 선배 뭐 이런 것보다도 사람들한테 너무 좋은 영향 또 좋은 마인드 가지고 있는 분이니까 멋있는 사람이죠.
Okay. I think it'll be fun, like a real live performance. I'll sing, you'll sing, we'll.
Good thing. We're happy.
Okay, so we'll be done by 6 o'clock. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go.
그런 밴드랑 밴드 대 밴드로서 뭔가 이제 입을 맞춰볼 수가 있다는 거는 사실은 저희한테도 되게 큰 그런 거죠. 뭐 우리 성공했구나 그런 생각 되게 많이 들고 심지어 저는 어쨌든 라이팅까지 하게 돼서
Something there. Eyes.
You want me to sing this?
No, I think V. It just goes at the end of that.
guys just some trivia. Hey.
어둠이 내겐 더 변했었지 길어진 그림자 속에서
조금만 더 씹어볼게요.
클리어하게.
어둠이 내겐 더 변했었지 길어진
어둠이 내겐 더 변했었지
Yeah, perfect.
길어진 그림자 속에서
Nice.
해볼게요.
네. That was perfect.
같이 이렇게 무언가를 만들려는 그런 의미가 담은 곡이라서 직접 크리스도 여기 와주고 직접 같이 녹음도 같이 하고 따로가 아니라 함께라는 주제가 너무 좋았었던 것 같아요.
멀리서도 충분히 할 수 있는 부분인 건데 이런 부분을 통해 사실 진정성이 굉장히 많이 생기는 거죠.
나를 밝혀주는 건 너란 사랑으로 수놓아진 별. 내 우주에 너.
Oh, I love it.
또 다른 세상을 만들어주는 별.
Awesome.
Oh yes.
I like a lot of BTS's music because, first of all, it's an incredible production and often very unusual structures and different melodies to the ones I hear. You know, like a song like Mic Drop. Is not something we could ever do. So I admire it because it's a different skill.
Pop like trouble breaking into your heart like that. Ain't no other that can sweep you up like a rubber. Straight up.
뉴 타입 보이밴드잖아.
the table.
생각해보면 옛날에 락밴드들은 악기를 보여주면서 퍼포먼스를 같이 했는데 우리는 그거를 춤으로 하는 그런 밴드들이 뭔가 지구상에서 돌풍을 일으키고 하는 게 되게 흥미로웠나 봐요. 서치를 너무 많이 했더라고. 그래서 춤추는 것도 다 찾아보고 했다고 하면서 막 댄스 브레이크도 일부러 넣었다. 나중에 막 무대에서 같이 춤출 수 있게.
It's been very cool to see each character, meet each personality, see how everybody's very individual, but they still work as a group. Woo! Good song, BTS. Okay.
You. When I'm without you, I'm 네. When I'm
약간 데뷔 초의 느낌이라고 해야 될까요? 크리스 마틴이 분명 녹음할 때 디렉을 봐줄 텐데 노래 잘 못 부르면 어떡하나 이런 걱정도 되고.
너와 함께 날아가. When I'm without you, I'm crazy. 자, 어서 내 손을 잡아. We are made of each other, baby.
네, 좋은 것 같아요.
Great. Please tell JK he's so impressive.
정국 씨 너무 잘한다.
정국아 너 너무 잘한대.
Thank you.
There's the choruses, which we can do, maybe do together.
Jungkook does have skill.
And then in because we come from different sides, we go, because we come from different sides. If that's possible.
큰 공연장에서 자주 공연을 하시잖아요. 그러니까 많은 노래들이 스타디움에서 하면 굉장히 좋을 듯한 그런 노래를 만드시고 우주가 있고 너가 있고 내가 있고 근데 다 그냥 즐겁게 페스티벌 약간 이런 느낌을 하고 싶으신 것 같아요.
Because come from different sides.
좋은데 들어올게.
그 곡을 만들면서 본인이 그런 생각을 했대요. 콜드플레이랑 BTS랑 지구 대표로 우주에서 막 합작하는 그런 내용을 생각을 하셨다고 하는데 하나하나 만들어가고 그렇게 하고 싶다고 해가지고 다 이렇게 막 이런 느낌이 들긴 하더라고요.
연습 좀 해왔구나 너. 다시 해볼게.
Put you first, and you are my universe, and you make my.
너와 나가 이루는 우주. 아무래도 우리가 여태까지 했던 메시지들이랑 또 결도 비슷하고 나의 우주는 사실 너가 만들어 준다라는 거를 궁극적으로 좀 많이 이야기를 해주고 싶었던 것 같아요.
크리스가 이제 되게 퍼스널한 노래라고 했어요. 이게 되게 개인적인 노래다. 지금 공연 못하는 게 되게 힘들고 답답하고 그런 마음도 되게 있다고 하더라고요. 그래서 이걸 BTS 식으로 풀면 어떻게 풀어야 할까 하다가 You are my universe라고 하면은 그 대상은 사실은 당연히 아미여야 되지 않나. 언젠가 우리와 이제 아미가 만날 날을 생각을 하면서 썼죠. 예, 예.
That's insane.
I think that it's very special to me that the most popular artist in the world speaks Korean and is like a group of brothers not from the West, and it feels very hopeful to me in terms of thinking of the world as one family. Then of course when you see who they are as people and their songs, then it's really a message of togetherness, of being yourself, all the stuff I agree with.
Hello. Two. Yeah, this is nice. Go.
You are my universe, and I just want to put you first.
That's cool.
You are my universe, and I.
'Cause you are my universe, and I just want to put you first.
Well, the song is about how the power of love transcends all things, borders and rules and genders and race and sexuality. If you look at people right now who are divided by a border or can't be together, that's what the song is about how nothing can really stop people loving each other.
Except for people.
나를 밝혀주는 건 너의 사랑으로 수놓아진 별.
좋은 쪽으로 많이 영향이 있었으면 좋겠고요.
많은 사람들에게 큰 기쁨을 줄 수 있지 않은 곡인가 라는 생각도 들고요.
지금처럼 밝게만 빛나줘. 우리는 너를 따라 이긴 밤을 함께 날아가. When I'm without you I'm crazy. 자 손에 손을 잡아. We are made of each other, baby. You are.
그 공연 그때 몇 년 전에 못 간 거 되게 아쉬워하고 있고 아직도 샤워하면서 콜드플레이 음악 듣고 그러는데
같은 상황에 놓여 있는 다른 가수분이 와주셔서 저희도 다시 즐겁고 그랬던 것 같아요.
그 크리스 마틴이 눈을 감고 되게 행복한 표정으로 떼창을 하더라고요. 정말로 순수한 마음에서 우러나오는 표정이었어요.
만약에 다시 공연을 하게 된다면 감동을 너무 좀 감격스러울 것 같아요.
우리 공연이든 콜드플레이 공연이든 간에 이 노래를 같이 뭔가 부를 수 있으면 뭐 그것만큼 그 이전의 코로나 스트레스 같은 거를 다 날려보낼 만한 순간이 또 있을까.
It's like a dream coming true, because I saw it in my head for so many months, and now here we are.
2, 3, 4.
Their songs, this is one of, I think it's just because it has behind the scenes stuff. It makes it a little more connected to, like, you know, honesty, like about the pandemic. Because I think the only good thing that came out of the pandemic is that it showed us the holes that exist within our system that need to be fixed, the patches we need. It showed the holes within ourselves, because I've known a lot of people who went through the pandemic who ended up like just feeling completely lost. And they didn't know what to do and this. And I was like, look, I don't want people to become like islands. I don't want that in any way, shape, or form. But if you had so much trouble like not conversing or being or touching somebody in the pandemic, and you were tired of the people that you were stuck with, you know, I mean, you might want to check in your self-awareness, like what is missing. Because like, I know I would have loved to have hugged my parents and everything else. The reason I didn't is because if I had got them sick and they would have died, I would have felt horrible. But I mean, I would have immensely felt horrible. But Echo, stop. I already told it to stop.
Doesn't listen to you.
How did it start back up? Something we said that set it off. And has that been going on the whole time?
I heard it earlier, but
was it in the beginning of the intro? I don't think it was.
No, earlier when I got here. So I don't know if.
I turned it off after you got here, but okay. But yeah, I think this song is. I think it's very inspirational. It brings people together, and that's a good thing. Especially during the pandemic, that was a good thing because a lot of people were having
the timing of releasing and recording the song is perfect.
Oh yeah,
if you put it out now, it's like, oh, that's cool. But you put it out when everyone is physically
really
separated and everything.
Yeah, that division, those holes in their existence. Yeah, it definitely helped people. I know that. Mainly because we've had people tell us this, you know, it wasn't just on the list. This one actually came from somebody before the list we started officially. But I wanted to do this one because it was cool. It was the music video plus behind the scenes stuff of them actually making the song. I thought it was cool that Chris went out there to record with him. It'd be very easy for him to just do remotely.
Yeah. Just the media tracks.
Him being involved, very cool. And I know the amount of shit he had to do during the pandemic to get into South Korea.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been easy. And the fact that I know every single person who was involved in that project had to stay 2 weeks inside, not talking to anybody, not being near anybody.
Yeah. We live in the studio now.
Yeah. We live here.
Yeah.
So they probably did that from start to finish all in one sitting. It wasn't like, okay, well, let's come back to it. No, it was literally all in one sitting.
Yeah. You can't leave.
I like the fact that that they made it in the video where it was like what they were talking about in the song, where it was like they're from different worlds, but they're coming together.
Yeah.
And I like that the third band that was in the video was like some random space future band called Supernova. Because I don't think that was a real thing, because obviously the bass player was an alien. But and there was weird little aliens too. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
There was a singer. I saw her holding a microphone, but I
never saw her sing. Yeah, just a bass player who looked really happy to be there, man. Well, J-Hope did talk to her, and she was just kind of looks like she was about to sing a verse, but didn't. Like,
I think the smaller aliens made noises.
Yeah, they're just like,
yeah.
Well, every now and then you'd hear like bing bong, like distortion, like. That weird stuff behind it, like Matrix style stuff. But I thought that was really cool. It was like digitizing and a universal theme to go across. And then of course the silencers have come, and they're just giant robotic hairy testicles. Because they did. They just had a bunch of spikes, weird little lines coming off them, random stuff. I mean, let's be honest, those in space would not have worked well. An asteroid hits one of those little spikies. Are they important? Do they have people in them? What's happening? It just looked like hairy testicles. But and they're like, you need to be quiet. And they went everywhere to the entire broadcast signal, and everybody's like, oh, okay. No! We will do what we want, silencers.
I wish they'd have showed a little behind the scenes of how they created the video.
It was obviously composite, and
just bits of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously compositing, and
I mean, you know that. What does everybody else don't know?
Well, that's true. It would have been cool to see it because, like, I don't think they were on set. Maybe that was one of the purposes of why they made it so they were all separate when they were shooting the video. Because maybe they were together to do the song, but they weren't actually together to do the video. So that would have been kind of cool that they made them holographic style. Because that's the way they would have had to do it. I mean, they would have taken like the BTS scene, and the BTS guys are going to be in the COLDPLAY scene, but they would have to be shot on a different thing because in post, trying to separate out people while they're mixing together would have been a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
So obviously they composited them in off a green screen or a blue screen or something like that. But no, it was a really good video. Well shot, well written. Even the documentary people did a great job of like capturing different stuff. Honestly, them in the vocal booth, I'm like, that's their pristine vocal.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Like I've known myself to have good days where it's pristine vocals. When I was younger, it was a lot easier. As you get older, voice gets a little bit raspier, a little bit change. When I actually broke out my teeth, which was horrible, I sounded completely different when I sang because it's an echo chamber,
Yeah.
But then of course I got my new ones and totally fine now. So but it's just that whole aspect of listening to their voice. I was like, man, reminds me of back in the day when it was effortless to like sing clean and pure and just crisp. Yeah. No. You have to be very cautious and understand your stature and your position, and I got to be straight back to make sure, use my diaphragm properly. Because once you get older, you're like, okay, I got to work this shit out to sound that pristine. Because it's not going to happen naturally anymore.
Now it's a workout.
Yeah, it's definitely a workout, man. That diaphragm work is so, like, if you're not paying attention and you're like just having a day where you're like, you know, I'm just gonna throw it together and wing it. And you're like not paying attention when you're singing, you're enjoying the moment. But the problem is you're not paying attention, which means your diaphragm is like, you're holding on too long to a breath, or you're holding out too long to a breath. And your diaphragm is going to be like, hey man, you're tiring us out, bud. You tire us out too quickly. You ain't going to sing well anymore.
Yeah. Me and the booth just going, and everybody else is like,
and
let's take a break.
Yeah.
Let's come back to that.
And you see him do that chest move when you see a singer go, it's over. It's bad. That's a bad moment. If they're going like that, it's a bad moment. And a lot of people equate, oh, well, you smoke, or you might drink, or you drank the night before. No, it's just when you're not paying attention. Yes, that might be a part of it. I'm not saying it's not a part of it.
It's not the main piece.
It's not the main piece. Yeah. It's just you might lose focus and attention for half a second. And in doing so, not pay attention to your breathing and your timings. And you'll be like, so you're trying to gather chest breath. Your diaphragm is already full, but you're still trying to get air. That's not good. That's bad. That means when you actually do start singing, you're just gauging how long you can last before you need to take a next breath.
I go,
and then you do short breath, and you're like, oh. And then by that point, you're just like, oh, can this be over? I just want it to be over. And then 5 minutes after you get off stage, you're like, I can sing pretty again.
That's when you be like, yeah, sing it for me.
Yeah. Because it's not about, like, you could be like the most badass singer with crazy stamina. You still have a limit to your stamina. It's not going to last forever. That's not the way it works. I mean, it's not like those superhumans that have the ability to actually make their lactic acid levels in their muscles go down. There's only a few of them in the world, which is insane because that means they virtually can run forever. That does not exist in lung capacity. Maybe swimmers, some swimmers, but not singers. Because it's something that, you know, you can do a lot of damage to your vocals if you sing too much every day.
Yeah.
What's the limit? I can't remember. Was it 4 hours a day?
I know there's an actual thing of vocal rest.
4 hours in a sitting. That's the limit, isn't it?
I don't think I've ever done more than 3 at a time.
Yeah.
Because then it also depends on the song.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going hard out singing.
Yeah.
If you're singing just hooks, then you could probably do 6 hours.
Yeah. I think when we would do full rehearsals, we would do 2, maybe up to 3.
Yeah.
Come back to it.
The longest show I ever did was 4.5 hours, and that killed me. Because I'm the only singer, so it just destroyed me.
Yeah.
And it was just by like hour 1, and I was like, oh, how many more? Oh. I was like, we need to take, like, I know we only had scheduled like 2 breaks. We need more than 2 breaks. I'm telling you right now, once I hit that hour lock, it's going to be every 45 minutes. I need a 15-minute. And he's like, come on, man, they're going to get mad. I'm like, do they want good singing or crap singing? Because if you want crap singing, I'll just keep going. Like, it's just not going to be good. It's just not going to be good.
And that's when the band has a jam session.
Yeah, right.
And that's when the singer walks out.
Dude, those are the most fun though. Yeah. When you just make up stuff off the dome and just have fun with it. Like if you have a band that can do that, like it's so much fun. So much fun. Like I would tell them, I'd be like, hey, blues riff, maybe do a little southern rock riff or something like that. Just do it. Replay it. If you have a hook or an idea for a background song or something, you know, throw it in minusculely, like you do a little half verse, and then they'll throw in what they're probably going to do. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I can do something with that. And then like we're writing a song on stage while we're playing. No one has any idea that it's happening. Because I got really good when I was touring, making up stuff off the top of my dome. Because I would have a brain fart and forget my own lyrics I wrote and have to do an entire new verse. I'd actually do some pretty cool stuff, but then I'd come off the stage, and if we had been playing for like 6 months or a year or something like that, I'd get dirty looks from the people who come to every show, and they're like,
"What was that?"
So 3 of the songs had new verses, and 2 of them had no breakdowns. What happened? I'm like, whatever we want. Okay. Like, they were very offended. Like, they were just kind of mad. I couldn't sing along. I was trying to sing along, and then I realized we weren't singing the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, I forgot it. You should have been up there with me and helped me out.
Doug would do that. Doug did that so many times, and we're on the stage doing the background vocals and hyping the crowd, and then he just goes off, and we're like, okay, I don't know what he's about to say, so I guess we're just gonna hype the crowd right now because I can't do background because I don't know what he's doing. But he's you can't even tell that he's saying completely wrong lyrics.
You couldn't do
just
like,
because of his delivery, you couldn't even tell. But us on stage, we'd be like,
oh
yep.
yeah. No, that's the best thing. That's the best thing. The only people who knew that I changed something were the people who had heard and listened to it for years. The only people who knew. Because there was one person who came up to me who like just heard us the week before and was like, hey, that one song, it was a little bit different. And I was like, yeah, I changed the verse because I forgot it. And they go, I like that one better. And then, of course, I looked over and glaring Tom was like, I don't like that one better. I like the one I know and I sing to in my car, you know? But, yeah, so, I mean, some of the most fun I've had has been just making up stuff. And then sometimes we would like do like for a side gig, like a 4-hour cover type thing, you know, with 4 15-minute breaks or something like that. And that would be fun. I would run out of juice a couple different times, but it would be fun because it didn't matter. That is the most freeing music you can do when it doesn't matter in the long run. You're just there to create. That is the most freedom that has ever existed in the history of mankind. Like, just, it doesn't matter what the end result is. It doesn't matter even what you're doing at that point in time. Just create. See what happens. See what comes out of it. Oh my goodness. We wrote so many stuff. We forgot it. We never remembered it again. Never did it again. But we would just write stuff. And one song lasted 12 minutes. And they all loved it. Because we just kept writing verse on verse and kept playing with stuff. And they're like, oh my God, that song is epic. What song is that? I don't know. Who makes it? Us. When did you write it? Now. Like, it's just fun, you know, to create like that. And people can feel that. They can vibe with it. And when they feel that, it's like, oh, anything's possible. And that's like the best feeling you can have. And this song is the whole idea of it is anything is possible together, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I really like the video, because it was kind of like a little mini movie, which was nice.
Yeah, the intro, like, what did we click on?
and the outro too, because the outro was like, we are, what it say? We are alone in the universe. That's what it said.
Yeah.
I was very confused. I was like, the message is not that. The message is we're all here in the universe together, working together. We're all alone in the universe. That's the ending note. That part was weird. Maybe you guys can explain it.
It's just a typo.
It's not really that important, but it just looked like on the video it said, we are alone in the universe. I was like, well, that's a sad note to end this on. Because Chris looked happy. But yeah. And I do like how Jungkook was like, you know, singing this thing. I'm worried about it. And of course, Chris Martin's like, yeah, that was perfection. And he was like, and of course, his, you know, the person who's his handler or the audio engineer's like, hey, he says he likes it. Yeah. And he's like, no. I was like, no, he said it was perfection. If you'd have said that, no, he would have probably been like, oh, no. You know, when you're humble, you don't really like stuff like that. It makes you feel uncomfortable when someone goes hardcore in on it.
It's the best I've ever heard. Oh,
yeah. That dude, honestly, I think it's not, for me, it's not humble. It's just, it makes me feel creepy. I don't know how to explain it. Like, when people would give me compliments, I would say the same generic thing over and over because I didn't really want to say what I was thinking, which was, stop, please. Like, it made me uncomfortable, like very uncomfortable. Because it was like, if you came up and you said, hey man, good set, bud. I really enjoyed it. And I was like, yeah, cool, bud. You know, cool. But if you came up to me and went, oh my God, you're one of the best singers I've ever seen. I wish I had a vocal like you. I wish I could play and sing and write like you. Oh my God, how did you do that? And it's like, my face gives it away.
You say, hey, take some pictures.
I know.
Tag us
I'm
online.
like, just
buy some merchandise.
Just take it down a notch or 2 or 10 or 50. Let's be honest, you're at 180 right now. Just take it down to 20.
That's a brand ambassador. Give her a t-shirt.
Give her a t-shirt.
You'll walk around, take pictures with everybody, post it online. Appreciate that.
Yeah. No, I see that would feel like I'm abusing the relationship and I wouldn't want to do that. I'm just like, oh, well, that's why we do it. You know, we do it for our fans. Like, that's my common thing is like, that's why we do it, blah, blah, blah. And I've had some people who come up to me and they're like, you know, this song meant so much to me. And I'm like, this song means this to me, but it means things to other people. Yeah. And then they would get something from it. Sometimes I'd hear from, you know, a fan and they would say, you know, this is what I was going through. This is what it meant to me. This is what it was. And I was like, oh, that's way heavier than it was original. Because they'd be like, is that what it was written about? And I'm like, no, but not knocking what you went through and what you're experiencing. It's just rough. Like there was, I don't want to say what people were saying, but one of them was like, just let's say the lowest moment you could be in your life. That's what they were experiencing. And they were making a decision that would have affected the rest of their life. That was the idea. And I'm not trying to note that we shouldn't talk about these things. It's just that's their personal stuff. And I don't think they want it repeated. Yeah, but it's someone else's personal story. I don't want to reveal anything of their details. But yeah, it's just that type of thing you give. You're like, holy crap, that's what you got from it. Wow, that's crazy. That's amazing. Okay, I'm glad you feel better. You know, that's the main thing. I'm glad you feel better because it would be bad if your song made me sad, like depressed. Nah, come on, man. Yeah. Please don't tell me that.
Oh, can't perform that anymore.
I'm gonna have to stop writing it. Yeah. But no, I really like the song. I like the video. I like that they did it together. I like that they, you know, collaborated, not just in a normal way, remotely. Send me the tracks, I'll mix and master. This guy will master.
They actually
blah, blah, blah.
did it together.
No, they actually did it together. Wrote the song together, not just him writing everything and them coming in throwing some sprinkles on it. You know, they told each other what they would want on this, and yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think it was cool, and I like that they did this video. So, okay, guys. Well, you guys have a great weekend, and be sure to check out the rest of this week. I don't know when this is coming out. I assume it's on a Friday or something like that, which if it is, then we'll see you on Monday, and let's have fun. You guys have a great time. Live your life. Do something amazing.